Hello again. Keir Starmer's government have, in the aftermath of the local elections, belatedly realised that ordinary people are fed up about mass immigration and will only support political parties which will take serious action to reduce the number of immigrants entering our country. For this reason, an attempt is to be made this week to persuade people that Labour gets it and will crack down hard on immigration. I don't think that many viewers will be surprised to learn that this is all smoke and mirrors, and that Labour have no intention at all of stopping any immigrants coming here. This is a simple subject, and so of course the government's aim is to try and confuse us by making it seem really complicated. This is accomplished in much the same way that the three-card trick is performed, by moving things about very slowly and making a great show of being open about what is happening, while at the same time tricking us. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper says that the new system will be underpinned by 5 core principles, which immediately tells us that efforts are being made here to muddle us up a little. In the next few days, I shall explain these core principles one by one. I want to focus this morning, though, on one definite promise that was made yesterday, which is that it is time, says the Home Secretary, to end care worker recruitment from abroad. Well, hooray for that! We are, all of us, I suppose, aware that old people's homes, or care homes as they're generally known these days, are staffed almost entirely by immigrants, many of them from Africa. Today, Yvette Cooper says that she's going to reduce the number of such care workers coming here by 50,000. It seems that last year 27,000 visas were issued for health and social care workers coming from abroad. None of this will make the slightest difference to anything, because a huge number of the care workers in old people's homes are already here. They're illegal immigrants, already living in this country. Perhaps this sounds like a sweeping statement. How can I possibly know this, you ask yourselves? Well, for one thing, I've had dealings with this field in the past, and I know how the scam has worked. And for another, the government themselves also know this, and long ago more or less admitted that it is the case. In 2007, for instance, the Department for Work and Pensions wanted to put a stop to illegal working, and they decided to count up how many national insurance numbers were floating around. They counted 76.8 million of the things, which is odd because this is greater than the entire population of the United Kingdom. The number has grown dramatically since then. In the description to this video, I give a link to the government website containing this information. Today, there are over 100 million national insurance numbers, and nobody can possibly keep track of who is using them all. In fact, many of them are being used fraudulently by illegal immigrants. The care workers in the 17,000 or so care homes in this country get their staff through agencies, and this is really big business these days. The nearest shops to me here in Loughton are on Debden Broadway near the Central Line station of Debden, and believe it or not, in that short parade of shops, 3 are now agencies for care workers. Such agencies are almost as common these days as Turkish barbers or vape shops. Most of them are not too fussy about whom they sign up. They know what racket they're playing, and as long as there's a national insurance number, and as I said, there's no shortage of them, they don't mind who they sign up. Even when they sign up somebody who has a right to work in Britain, there is no guarantee that this is the person who will actually turn up for the night shift at the care home. Somebody will arrive at 11 o'clock at night and announce, "My name is Charity Mbongo," but that's unlikely to be true. Mostly the staff have various names, And if this comes to light, they would explain that some people know them as Charity, but their family name is not Mbongo, but Olusanya, and that they're not always known as Charity. Their sister calls them Ireti rather than Charity. If they take telephone calls, it might be from Mary. As long as somebody covers the night shift, the care home is not bothered, and they can always blame the agency if anything goes wrong. They can't be checking the passports and documents of every worker on the premises. For this reason, it makes no difference at all how many visas for care home workers the Home Office officially issues. It bears no relation at all to the number of people working in care homes. People come here for a holiday, they don't return, and then they can easily find work of this kind. They don't have an official existence. They might have a national insurance number that they've borrowed from some relative or friend, and no one's ever going to find out. Every so often, the Home Office might raid one place and start trying to identify who's there fraudulently, and that's an infrequent occurrence. This is why this particular aspect of Yvette Cooper's important crackdown on immigration means absolutely nothing. I shall, as I say, discuss the other sections of her plan over the next few days.